Well, thank goodness it's Friday. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Stella, you're here. Oh, my goodness. How exciting. Hi, everybody. Hi, Heather, Sandra, Pat, Jill, Anne, Catherine, Terry, Jane, Nicola, Vivian, Rio, another Jane, Jill. Lovely. Okay. Oh, you're not having a horrible day. Oh, my goodness. We do not like days like that. But today, for me, it's a good day. And I hope it is a good day for most of you. Rio, I hope you get that sorted. And I thought I'd show you some of these lovely papers which have just come in. So that now, before we get all excited, they are in stock, but they're not on the website. They will be at 11 o'clock this morning. I just didn't get round to doing them. I had such a big delivery that came through yesterday, so I'm afraid I didn't get round to doing them. Thought I had, and I hadn't. So we have got some new colours in the Perfect Partners of the Paper Boutique, which is something that I've used a lot because they are just a basic sort of pattern, but really lovely. So you've got 4 colours. You've got 2 in the sort of aqua type colour, aqua, turquoise, whatever. So this one's called Aqua and White. There are 36 sheets. There are 6 designs of each one of them. Then you've got this one, which is called Ocean Breeze. So similar sort of thing, but it's got a touch of a greeny colour in it as well. And then you've got the blues, which are Cornflower and White. So that's your definite blue and white. And then you've got this one, which is a sort of a grey blue and creamy colour, I suppose you could call it. No, grey and a grey-y blue and a blue called Blueberry Punch. So they're what they call the combinations, and these are the essentials. So there's 4 different colours, and they will be on the website at 11 o'clock. So I am going to choose this one, which is the Ocean Breeze. And we're going to do a fancy fold. Not with this, we're going to use this as a embellishment for it. But open that up and show you some of the patterns that are in there. So as I say, there's what did we say, 6 designs, so you have got plenty to be going on. Lovely little tiny dots, stripes, a plain colour, which is always handy, fits in with the same colourways, hearts, tartan, lovely. So 36 sheets, so 36 sheets for less than £6, not bad at all. 8 by 8, 160 GSM. Okay, so our card. Now, our card is not a new thing whatsoever. It's an old version, and it's even been made into dies as well, which we have actually covered before now. Which so what it is a pop-up box or a fold flat box or a whatever you like to call it box. But again, we're going to be doing it from random little flower there, from an A4 piece of paper, card I should say. So I've chosen the colour Emerald from the craft linen, and I have taken my piece of A4 piece of paper and I have trimmed it along the short edge at 6 inches. Now I've gone as an inch thing here, I'm sorry about that, but that's how we've gone. I will need that bit, but not at the moment. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in this scoreboard, which is sort of from donkey's years ago for me. This is a Stampin' Up scoreboard, but primarily because it's easier for me to show you on here, I think. And I like to use all different things. So I'm going to take it along the long edge, and I'm going to score at 2 3/4. So I see the 2 3/4 up here. It's got a little groove. And I'm going to bring that down 2 3/4, then at 5 1/2, then at 8 1/4, and finally at 11. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to score again at 2 3/4. Now you can make this box all different sizes, and I'm just making a small one just to show you how it goes really at this stage, because there's all sorts of different ways that you can, different sizes that you can do. So you know, bear with me on that. It's just the way that it goes. So I'm then going to take my card and I'm going to cut with scissors, because I find it easier, along the shortest piece. So it's hard to tell really, but the longer piece is just there. So that is sort of 3 1/4, and this one is 2 3/4. So I am going to cut along the score line down to the middle score line there, along these pieces. Like that. 1 2 3 4, and also this piece and this piece I'm going to chop off. I don't want that piece. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to chop that piece off and throw that piece away. We do not need that piece. So then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to put some creases on things, but I am not going to crease this last piece. So the piece that's got the flap, I'm not going to crease in the same way, because that is going to be my background piece and I don't want that to be creased. So first of all, I'm going to take my shortest pieces, the piece that I have just trimmed, and I'm going to run my bone folder down there and down there, but I'm not going to do that piece. If you do it by mistake, it isn't life-threatening, but it just makes it slightly weaker. So we don't really want to do that. And then I'm going to go the long way around and I'm going to crease all of the pieces there. Okay. So you can decorate this in any way you like. I have chosen to use the papers that I've got there today, because I thought that would be an ideal opportunity. So I'm then going to take my flaps down here, and basically you can already see, oh, that should go around the other way. You can already see that we've got our box already. So this piece here, this is the piece that I wanted to keep straight if possible. If you do flap it down, as I say, it's not life-threatening, but it would make it stronger if we did not do that. And these pieces here are all flaps that we want down as well. So we're going to put some tape on, whatever, but we do need to make a couple of cross lines there to hold our flowers or whatever it is that we want to put in. So we're just going to do some measurements of that first. So with the piece that I chopped off here, I'm going to cut that into 3 1/4. So 3 1/4, and then I'm going to chop that piece in half, which is about 1 inch. It's probably not 1 inch, but we're going to go for 1 inch. And that one as well at 1 inch. So you will see that that is just a fraction wider than the side itself. And then just going to score those 2 pieces at either end by just 1/4 of an inch. Just bring that in there. So just 1/4 of an inch on each side, so that we know that that is going to fit into there to give us some sturdiness. Okay, so let us put our box together and then we will actually do some measurements, some decoration, I should say. So you could use your wonderful tape, but I am going to use some of my glue glaze, because I find that that will catch quickly. And so I'm just going to literally fold that over. I find that's again the easiest way, because the whole card will fit into a 6x6 envelope, well, depending on how much of the embellishments you put in, and if you do it like that. cannot go wrong, she thinks. So there is our box. Okay, so we need to put these little struts, or whatever one might call it, in. And that is going to fit into there. And I'm going to fit in one going one way and one going the other, just to give it a little bit more of a movement there. Pop a little bit of glue. As I say, you could use your red tape, but I'm just really doing this for quickness, so it won't be the best one that you've ever seen. Now, that's the way I do it. I just put it in there, hold it down, then you can see that you've got that little line there. And the same with this one. So one press that way, one press that way. And a little bit of glue on either side, or your tape. And put that one a little bit further back. And again, just flatten those down. There you've got your two, can you see that? Yeah, you've got your two bars there, really, I suppose you could call it, just to be holding the flowers and bits and pieces that we're going to do. Okay, so we've got some panels here that we're going to fit in, and let's grab my ruler and measure those. So they should be 2 3/4, or done it by centimetres there, haven't I? 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, that one. So I'm going to need to cut out some squares that are 2.5 by 2.5, because that would bring that down nicely. So bring in my cutter, and to start off with, I'm going to use some coordinating card. It gives it a nice bit of strength, which I think would be ideal for this. So 2.5 by 2.5, and we need 3 of them. So let's just trim those. And then it's a case of choosing whatever colour card that you would like. Sorry, paper from your beautiful pack. Whoops. So 2.5. So pieces to go on there. They're going to go onto there and there. So if we had that as 2.5, we need our papers at 2 1/4. So I'm going to go for that one, I think. That beautiful. It's hard to tell because they're all so lovely. And because there are 6 of each of them, you've got plenty to choose from. So, whoops. Get into position, thank you. Best to talk to it, I reckon, don't you? It won't argue with you, although it might move, and goodness knows what. So 2 1/4, these pieces. So they're just 1/4 inch smaller than my card was, just so that I can fit that all in. And as I said, the nice thing about this is that you can do this in basically any colours, any designs, men or women, young or old. If you've got some balloon dies or something like that, they look really nice. So for children, numbers, I think that's what we did before, wasn't it? Was numbers of things, but I've got some flowers that I'm going to put in, and I will finish this off. I'm just going through the basics because I will decorate round the sides as well, but I will do that at another stage. So I'm going to bring in my side panels, and I'm just going to pop them onto these flaps that flaps down. So you don't need to decorate all of the side panels, but I think it looks quite nice if you do. I'm just going to pop that down to there, and then this one on this side. So now let's just think. We've got that now, so we're getting our box together nicely. So we want a bit of we want to put a little bit of decoration on these back pieces here. And for writing, we're going to put a panel on the back here, which is why I said that we don't want to fold that piece over. So if we just measure that, we should be 2 3/4 width. So 2 3/4 widths and 6 inches deep. So our first layer, oh, crash, bang, wallop. Hold on. Sorry, I was out of the room. Our first piece has got to be 1/4 inch smaller than that. So that's 2 1/2. Lots of measurements, I know. If you like, I can put them on the description when it goes up. 5 3/4. And I'm going to cut 2 pieces like that. So it's 2 1/2 by 5 3/4. Happy to put the measurements up on there for you if you would like them, because I'm sure you're all going to be making these. So I'm going to put my panel onto the back here, and the one that's on the back, I'm just going to leave that completely blank, because that's the one that if we were sending this card off, we could write all of our messages and things on the back, and it gives that nice lot of support. And then the one at the front, I'm going to take my same piece of card here, my paper, which has also fallen on the floor, and I'm going to cut another panel so that it all looks all in one. So that piece has got to be 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. So yes, lots of measurements, but I think it's worth it. I think it all looks lovely. And then we're just going to do some flowers. So I've done some flowers today, which are snow flowers. And I'm just going to pop some of them together. And I've also cut out some greenery from the pine branch die set. There we are. You can see now that I've got plenty of support. Whoops. So when I fold my card together, as I say, if you wish to now decorate some of the panels at the bottom, you can. But this is going to be where your message is. And then when it's opened up, these flaps will come down like that. And your beautiful flowers, if that's what we're going to have, are going to be from the top here. So let me just pop my flowers into thing. So as I said, I've got a bit of a selection. I've got some pine branches and I've got some of the beautiful snow flowers. So I've made up a few more. Just going to make up some more here for us. And I'll just show you how they go together. Now, when you're going to put them on, you could, and that's what I've got today, I'm going to use the pine branches because they're big and tall. They will also act as holding my flower. So I'm going to pop my flower into the centre there like that. Let's just pop that over there. Now, what are we going to do it with? I think we're going to have to go with hot glue gun. So let's pop that on a second. Decisions, and it's Friday. Whilst that's heating up, I'm just going to pop this one. So all I'm doing is holding it in the centre and just curling the leaf up. Nothing more difficult than that. Pop a bit of glue into the centre, offset them, but make sure that the centre circles there are together. And they're my beautiful, I love these centerpieces. Whoops. Just press that down. And that's going to go into the centre there. So, like that. Okay. So, see, I've got a couple of bits that need poking out. We can't have that, can we? So while I'm just popping these together and you're nattering away, can I just say, folks, that I've noticed a couple of people have well, been disappointed, I suppose you could say, that I don't notice all of the things that everybody's talking about. And it's because I can't see that. I'm on my own here and I can't see that and carry on. So I wondered if there was anyone around that has got plenty of time, because I'm not expecting you to have, you know, that should we say endless time. But if there was someone that's got some time that would be my sort of virtual helper, and by that I mean that you would perhaps be looking at the comments for me, and that if there was anything that I needed to see, because when I go offline I can't see the comments. Sometimes they seem to stay and sometimes they don't. So if there was anyone that has got any time to do anything like that, just to be looking through, it would be good. So just going back to my flowers here again. So the idea is, so I've stuck them on with some of the hot glue, and I've used my heat mat here so that it's not going to be sticking to anything, because I don't want to damage anything. And the idea is that we can then simply pop them onto our frame. And I think I'm going to do them more at the back. And I think, having turned my glue gun off, I think that'll probably be the best. I'm just going to turn it back on again. So they will go onto my back piece, something like that. Can you see that? And then we will make up the further layers with more flowers, more sprays. Hold on, I've got to be quiet whilst I'm doing that, because I've got to concentrate, you know. Oops. So you can put these on with onto acetate and things like that, so that they stick up more and you can see more like that. But that is the idea, if you can see where we're going from there. So then I will take some of my smaller pieces, my smaller flowers. Whoops. Oh, fallen into pieces. Maybe not necessarily that size. Wait a minute, because there's other sizes. And I shall work my way through with my other flowers. Let's, oh, hold on, let's just make up some more of these. So, as I said, the bits and pieces aren't on the website and will not be on the website until 11 o'clock, but they are in stock, and it's all the papers really. So there's quite a nice selection of papers that you can go with there. I will be back on Sunday at 11 o'clock, where we'll be doing a Christmassy one again. I'm trying to alternate it at the moment, because some people are well into the Christmas and some people are not even started. So I'm trying to do a little bit of everything. Also, whilst I think about it, get the right size. I'm really pleased to say, but also shocked to see, that the website sold out for the Monday class of the online workshop within minutes of it going online. The Saturday afternoon one is almost sold out as well, but I've put an extra one on the Saturday morning. That's the 14th of November, just so that we can cover lots of people. I think, and everyone that has signed up already has agreed that it's a really good class. It is a Christmassy class. It is Christmas ideas, but the good thing is that there are lots of tips and bits and pieces that we can be saying that the items that we're making are not just Christmas, which is even better. So you will get the Sweet Poppy stencil called plaid or plaid, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, plaid backplate. You'll get the buddy die of the poinsettia, and you will get some sweet poppy stamp sets. So it's really, really good value, and I know that you are going to enjoy it. And I'm so pleased that lots of people are thinking along those lines already. So let me just put in a couple of the ones that should go at the front. So I've still got some branches, but I've also got in the pine branches, I've got some of these sort of berry ones, and I think they look quite nice on the smaller one. So I'm just going to, turns itself off when I don't pay any attention to it. Just going to add, let's get rid of some of this. Just going to add some of these to the smaller ones. Just so that there's a little bit of colour. And these can then go on this first branch. First tier. And I'm going to take another couple of them, pop them together, and then pop another larger flower. And I'm going to sort of make these as if there's two, so I can catch. Oh, phone and the staff are not here. We'll ignore that then, but I'm afraid you won't be able to ignore it because you'll have to hear it wittering on for a little minute. So sorry about that. So you can see as I'm going along that I'm now getting tiers of them, and then I will put some of the bigger ones just at the back here with a couple more branches so that they sort of, get the idea? They will stick out there like that. So it's giving a really pretty depth. I think that last one can go on the back there, can't it? Shall we do that now so that I can say that we did it? Shouldn't really do this with a hot glue gun. It isn't very good for your fingers, but it does stick with a thing. And then the middle one, need to put some bits and pieces on there. So that one is not actually quite finished because it needs a pearl, doesn't it? You need a pearl. You need a pearl. That's better. Oh, take away the, turn that off. So take away the bits and pieces. So a basket of flowers. We can't give real flowers at this moment in time because we can't go around to people's houses, but you could send them a basket of flowers and it would last a lot longer, wouldn't it? So the beautiful papers that go with it. Now, I would either cut out panels here that goes on the back, or I would just, I can just leave it. And I'm just going to do a sentiment that goes onto the front there. But I will put the measurements on the card so that you can see what it's like. And hopefully you'll be able to show some of us how you do them. And as I say, you can always make this panel a lot longer because you have got 8 inches of the card there. So this one was only 6 inches, but it would mean that this panel here was longer. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. As I say, if you check for 11 o'clock, all the papers will be on the website. They will be in the Facebook Live section, and that's maximumcrafts.com. I will be back at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, and we've got the Sunday special, and I'm also going to make a little bit of announcement on Sunday because we've got something coming back that's been gone for a while, and I thought you might be interested to know about it. It won't be here just yet, but I will tell you about it. So thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.